First opening, Grand Prix Attack against the Sicilian defense. Here black has two main moves, G6 and E6. We'll review both. So first G6. Here again you have two options. You can either go bishop c4 or bishop b5. Let's go with bishop c4 first. You take on e6. Now if black takes, you do d3. And here your ideas with white. Knight g3, queen e1, queen h4, bishop h6. You're doing fine. Let's go back here. Black could take with a d pawn over here. Again, you play g3. And now queen e1. Once again, you're trying to come here. The bishop could come all the way here or on g5, and you're having pressure on the king side. If black plays that, you retreat the bishop and you have great prospect over here. I will show you next the main move that we went over here on the left side. And let's review 5 bishop b5, which you could also play in this system. Black tends to play over here to defend. e5 to gain space. And now very important, knight e4. Attacking d6, attacking c5. Later on, I will show games by GM HIKARU Nakamura at the end of the video. Returning to the position after 3f4, black has also 3e6, a move you should be prepared against. Bishop goes to b5, and you take on d5. If black takes with a knight, you take over here and play g3. And you damage the structure over here. Most likely black will continue with queen c7, attacking f4. Here you have a choice. You could play knight e5 with the idea of queen h5 coming next, which is compelling, or simply play knight e4. And if black were to take, you castle. Now this knight could be loose, so knight moves, and you go with the plan queen e1, and if it develops, you do queen c3, and you're attacking g7 and c5, and you're getting the pawn back, and you have a very nice position. So once again, I will display the move on the left side, and moving back to the position after 6 take ed5, black could also take with the pawn as opposed to take with the knight. In that case, the best move for white, queen e2, the queen comes to d6, you play d4, you exchange, and you go back, and you have a nice position. You could castle king side or queen side, and black cannot develop the knight over here, and the king is in the center. So you're doing fine as well. Next opening, the French defense. I cannot wait to show you the system I recommend. But first, my 3 tips. Play fast, find aggressive moves, and know the theme of the opening. What I mean by that, don't try to memorize dozens of moves and variations, but try to know where your pieces go in the setup you choose. Let me demonstrate that against the French defense. I recommend knight c3, d5, knight f3. This system should surprise your opponent, especially when you play blitz or bullet online. So black has 3 moves: d4, knight f6, or closing the center by d4. Let's review taking on e4. You take here, knight d7, Here, what you need to remember, don't try to exchange pieces. Go here. What's the plan for white? Queen e2, attacking e6, and putting pressure on the king side. If black tries to attack your bishop, just retreat on b3, and you're doing fine. Your next move will be queen e2. That's all you need to know to play this line with white. So let's go back here. Another move is knight f6. So you want to play e5 and gain space in the center. Here, very important, knight e2. You want to play c3 and d4. Now, a key move in the French defense, queen b6 for black. You play a3. Eventually, you could play b4 yourself. And here, h4, gaining space on the king side. Of course, black can try to do the same on the queen side, but here your move is knight f4. Let's stop right there. You're gonna have space advantage over here. Your knight can go to g5. Eventually, you can play bishop g3, queen e2, and you have a lot of prospects on the king side. That's all you need to know. You have a fine position, and d4 is well protected in this variation. So let's go back over here, and the third move that you need to know is d4, closing the center. And here, to help you again, I will display on the left the variation that I've shown before, and here let's go for the last one, d4. Knight drops back, and knight g3. Always remember in this system, knight c3 e2, e2 g3, and your knight can jump again later to h5, f5, or if you push e5 on e4. Knight c6, knight, I recommend bishop c4. You could also play bishop b5 instead, and let's say on these, and you play knight d5, and you have a fine position. However, here, my preferred move is bishop c4. Let's see why. I play knight f6 for black, a3, so that the bishop can draw back. And here, what can you do with white next? Knight g5, we have the f4, is definitely compelling. Rook e1, or queen e2, and e5 is a possibility. So you have a lot of options here. Potentially you will decide where you will go with the bishop on c1, and you can also prepare c3 as well. So you have a fine position, and it will not easy for the player with black to find the right plan to advance with the black pieces. In my next video, I will show entire games play with the system against the Sicilian defense and the French defense. Thank you for watching.